This is Austin, and today I'm going to show you how to unlock your full potential by jailbreaking you like an iPhone to better optimize your dating life and potential with chicks. So let's dive in and let me show you how the current climate and culture influences you in ways you could not even imagine, and how you can take the control back and get the power back to start winning big. Have you ever felt like you had a lot going for yourself, but all you needed was either a little push or just some confidence? This is true for a lot of guys most of the time, but instead of being a friend to each other or helping each other out, a lot of other guys put other guys down to try to put themselves up. You when you run into these people all the time or here and there, you think that the truth would win out, right? Unfortunately, wrong. Just look at the Tory Lane situation. And a lot of these cases, these girls accuse men and get them canceled or their careers overnight. And it's typically the opposite of what we've been told. It's guilty until proven innocent. So some of the friends in your circle can be snakes, and others just try to throw you under the bus or may want you to succeed just as long as you're not as successful as them. This happens in a lot of times in society where the group or the herd mentality is king. A wise man once said, comparison is the thief of joy. And I really believe that. Now, most of us are looking for ways, though, to effectively express ourselves, but there have always been, and always will be, these one dimensional people who, instead of critically thinking for themselves, will stand with these jokers who spread false narratives just to keep them from doing the same erroneous act to them. So, why am I bringing this up? I promise this will all connect and come full circle, so stay with me here. You can start seeing and getting results with women and start winning today. And the current climate and dating culture becomes easier when you understand how to put your best foot forward in order to achieve all your life's goals. So let's buckle up and take a ride with me deep below the surface and acquire some depth today in character so we can level up our character traits and become max level attractive with women. So, the reason I brought up the group or the herd mentality is to help guys and girls who struggle with being authentically themselves while trying to maintain that people pleaser mentality in their group. The truth is, if you have good character and values and try to do the best you can to your abilities and you're fair with others, there lies your true personality. And as you learn on your journey from real world experience, what you like, you will be able to objectively speak from a position of self awareness and share opinions without forcing your opinions or beliefs onto others, or following the main point without compromising yourself to fit in with the crowd. There's a major culture issue with guys today, especially where some gossip is as bad as girls, if not worse. Not naming any names, but y'all know who you are. And that creates a culture where everybody is pointing a finger at each other, and guys and girls will appease these people just so they won't receive the same finger pointing or pressure at them that they do to these people. Every time we do this, we compromise who we are, and instead, when I hear somebody gossip about somebody else, I use critical thinking to see the motivations of that person, and I say, does this check out? And why are they trying to tell me this? A lot of people draw from speculation and projection and tell a tale about people without actually knowing the person or even knowing the other half of their story or the other side of the story. Some people just go with the majority of heard think, but until you speak to both parties, a rumor typically is just a rumor. So the main point of this is, guys, I've been around insecure guys that have to put others down to try to make themselves look tough or put themselves up. And it really communicates the opposite to the smart crowd who can read through this BS. And so the point is, pick your friends wisely. You will be better with guys that have similar goals and want you to do well because iron sharpens iron. I know because I've gone through this firsthand. I've lived in different cities. In some cities I've lived, nothing but nice people and never had any issues. Then in some uh, other cities, like people will go back to like first grade and use everything and anything to try to get people to look at you through only a negative lens. The key here is to not be consumed by it and hold frame, like we've mentioned before. Anytime somebody says something about you that is petty, lame, and disrespectful, we have the chance to either walk through that door, become reactive, or do the best thing, don't walk through the door and ignore it and hold frame without getting sucked into theirs. So, how did I achieve such high success with chicks? Well, it happened when I got out of my own way in negative environment. And what a difference certain people that want you to win and friends can make. When I realized this and had friends that were just cool dudes with similar interests, we all helped each other out as best as we could and would wingman for each other or whatever we could to help. So, the message I leave you with here today is there will always be a guy that's the loudest in the room, that is typically the weakest or the one that's always trying to prove something. Then there are the good ones, like the one who's kind of quiet, leads with calm confidence. Or another good example is the outgoing guy who speaks but doesn't have to be the center of attention but can. Um, Sometimes I can fall on both ends of those spectrums. Um, it just depends on, you know, the day that I'm having. But I typically am like the outgoing guy that can talk to everybody. But sometimes, it's okay to be quiet too and just lead with that calm confidence. There's a lot of guys like that I like that are, not trying to be like the center of attention or needy for attention. It's just key to surround yourself with good friends that will uplift you instead of with people assuming that they know everything and forcing um, their beliefs down your throat. So, most of the guys I see on here who have been jaded or have a jaded view of women, though, are probably not bad guys, but have either read or seen too much toxic content or are letting a couple bad experiences shape their entire life. If you will eliminate the toxic content, friends that tear down your confidence, and focus on the small wins, your confidence will increase exponentially, which is key because with confidence comes willingness to try new experiences and put yourself back out there when dating was fun. I try to be the best I can with good values and fair, but after that, if people still have an issue with me, that's on them, especially if they are the ones creating drama and not being fair or looking at things from both sides, only taking it from an assumption. When you change your environment and listen to only those who have your best interest, you will stop limiting yourself. And I know the brain is wired to look for threats since we have evolved, and that is this phenomena of the brain always dwelling on the negative since we had to be this way to survive. Um, in the past, there were threats like animals like try to kill us, or like when we were, I guess, cavemen or cave people like that. So our brain is, studies have shown, 10 times more likely to look for the negative as threats. That's why the news only focuses on like negative events, or people only care about gossip a lot of the times. Um, but I just would challenge you guys tonight, and for like every one or two negative things you have or that you say about somebody, I would challenge you to say one thing positive about that person. And if you know you have blind spots or a problem in the same area, don't call that out in others until you fix it within yourself. That's just not intelligent, for one, and it's very hypocritical. So, um, you know, none of us are perfect, and we all we all have different sticking points. So I don't understand why some people try to make themselves seem perfect when we're all on our own journey. Now in my next video, I will be giving you guys some quick results oriented tips to the guys trying to gain confidence again, and show you how quick and easy it is to bounce back in my next video. So confidence in these traits are not something you add, but it is something you unlock, as we said, where we break down the walls or filters blocking you from the success you're wanting. If you're ready to start killing it again, join me in the next video where I give some practical tips, and these will help you kill it. And this is Austin, and as always, keep leveling up, and I'll see you guys next time.